To blanket or not to blanket? That is the question. Do we blanket our horses in the winter? That is a pretty controversial topic, so let's go ahead and talk about it. I am a firm believer in treating the horse as an individual. That comes to what they need to eat, right, buddy? Also comes to what they need on their feet. Also depends on how much weight they have on them. You're looking at Boone. He's a 23-year-old American paint horse. He's on the muscle, got a great top line. He's in very good condition. He's got a very nice winter coat. The boy does not like a blanket. The boy does not get a blanket. In the past, we've had older horses that the rule of thumb is freezing or below and windy, they get a blanket. Let me show you something, and I hope that the wind isn't too strong. Look at this door moving in the wind. We all know there's a lot of weather coming, depending on where you live. Mostly it's eastern side of the United States, and we're Georgia, so we're about to get some heavy wind. I'm gonna close this door and finish this. We're about to get some severe wind tonight, up to 30-mile-an-hour wind gusts. There's flare, and it's gonna really drop. The temperature's already dropping. The high tomorrow is supposed to be 34 degrees. It's supposed to get down to 27 degrees tonight. The number one thing that's gonna keep a horse warm is hay. So we've already given our horses hay twice today. They're eating their big supper on Sunday, and then we're gonna turn them back out into this pasture, and we're gonna give them more hay. Hay warms up a horse by the process of fermentation in the hindgut. So hay is the best way to warm up a horse. We do not, generally speaking, blanket our horses. This is June. June's already got a really nice coat, and it's, beginning of November, so their coats are still coming in. Once you start blanketing a horse, you're going to have to keep blanketing a horse because things are going to change with their coat, and you have to think about that. Now, depends on the horse, like I said in the beginning of time. If you've got a horse that you show year-round and you clip it, yeah, it's going to need blankets. It's going to need a sheet, a blanket. It's going to need several things. It also helps the horse a lot to walk around, create some circulation, some body heat. Again, the hay thing is the number one. But once you start blanketing a horse, that's the end of their growth on their winter coat for the year. And the winter coats start when the days start getting shorter. It's amazing, really, if you think about it. And when the days start getting longer, they'll start to shed out in the spring. So if you've got an older horse that doesn't have good weight on him, this is Fleur, she's 18, she's in very good shape. She's got a beautiful thick winter coat. She does not need a blanket. But if you have, like, for example, a 32-year-old horse that is hard to keep weight on in the winter, by all means, blanket that horse. A big thing I have, and I hope that people remember to do this, is if you blanket your horse at night, please, 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 when it warms up the next morning, take that blanket off. And if it's raining and you have a blanket on your horse, please make sure that that blanket is waterproof, because water will get in up around the withers and underneath the legs, and when horses lay down or they roll, they're going to get wet, and that is not good for a horse. So weigh in, guys. Tell me what you think about this weather. Winter is coming, as they say, and we're going to do our best not to blanket. Honestly, it's good if we're going to have days in a row where it's really, really cold, they're going to get hay more frequently. And honestly, I'd rather bring them in for a bit and let them warm up in here than have to start blanketing everybody. Because once you start that, you're stuck with it for the rest of the winter. Weigh in and let me know if you have questions.